Well, hello. With quails in the background, this is KRAZ TV with Doc Martin. I'm the lone journalist for KRAZ TV. Well, every now and then, I'm compelled to do book reviews such as this. This is a keeper. It's such a small, sweet book, too. Inspirational. And it's about, well, joy. The mission of KRAZ TV is called A Small Voice for Joy. So may we introduce this book. It's by Robin Roberts, and she's with Michelle Burford. It's called Brighter by the Day. Waking up to new hopes and dreams. There's a picture of her, or Robin, and she says, "We stay on the positive path by shifting our gaze a little at a time until all we see is the horizon." Very inspirational. It might even make you weep a little bit, but well worth it. Well, I think we all know who Robin Roberts is. She's the anchor of ABC's Good Morning America and the New York Times best-selling author of the memoir Everybody's Got Something under her leadership. Under her leadership, the broadcast has won 3 consecutive Emmy Awards for Outstanding Morning Program and has been the #1 morning show in America for 9 years running. She also serves as the president of Rock and Robin Productions, where she actively oversees creative content and new business partnerships. Previously, Roberts was a contributor to ESPN. She has been a recipient of numerous awards, including a Peabody for her documentation of her own medical odyssey and the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. This woman has courage. So, I thought she had something about who Michelle was also. Oh, well, she's a friend, and anyways, it says, bringing hope and optimism into every day with Robin Roberts, quintessential warmth, positivity, and encouragement. Over the last 16 years as the esteemed anchor of Good Morning America, Robin Roberts has helped millions of people across the country greet each new morning, gracing our screens with heart and humility. She has sought to bring a bit of positivity into each day, even in the most trying of times. Now she shares with readers the guidance she's received, her own hard-won wisdom, and eye-opening experiences that have helped her find the good in the world and usher in light even in the darkest of times. Drawing on advice and knowledge she gleaned from conversations with loved ones, spiritual practices, and life experiences, Robin offers a window on how she feeds her own mind, spirit, and soul, and invites readers to do the same. With a deeply personal touch, she explains that just like any skill, optimism requires practice, and demonstrates how we can shift our mindsets and give ourselves permission to let our best intentions take root. Full of profound insight and compassion to meet the readers wherever they are on this journey, this contemplative and uplifting read is a breath of fresh air that will bring a dose of joy into your daily life. Well, it certainly is. It's in large print. It's from Grand Central Publishing. Robin Roberts with Michelle Burford. The biggest impetus in her life is her friend Amber, who's her partner, life partner, and also to her family, her father and her mother, and her sisters, and all too. But her father was a colonel in the Air Force as a Tuskegee, one of the black airmen of Tuskegee, Alabama. Her mother was college graduated, and she just goes on about, she said, as I leave the pier in awe once again of God's handiwork, I exhale and think, I wonder how life will surprise me today. Well, you know, at KRAZ TV and the Zero Channel, this may be at one or the other, and it deserves to be at both. We have playlists called Our Strong Women. Our new Chiefs Are Strong Women. Here's one, another one. I didn't know whether I was going to do a book review again for a while, but once I read this, I said, no, this has to be out to let people know. And more people, if they read this tiny inspirational book, would feel the joy as I did. There's some heartfelt things in it, and she does bare her soul. But originally, she wanted to be a sportscaster, and she was one of the first early women in the ESPN, and she really tried hard. She went to college and got into journalism and all of that, and so finally, she said, long before I was a GMA anchor, I was a young reporter with one blue skirt. And she walked into I guess, WSMV. And somebody listened to her and gave her a chance, and she's off and running. So she has little sayings at the beginning of every one, and she said, I've organized the book into 3 parts, beginning with joy mindset. Stay with me. In Positive on Purpose, we move our take on optimism, and last, Stronger Than You Know, is both a nod to our capacity. We're far more powerful than we may realize, in a way to make optimism a long-term lifestyle. I'll be right back. Well, to tell you the truth, this book helps you learn more about yourself, showing you that you can do a lot more, that there's a lot to you that you need to find even out about yourself. She found a lot out about herself, and she had her medical odyssey. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then she had MDS, a rare genetic disease, and she's battled it, and this was done in 2022, so this was after COVID that she got over that, and everybody in the nation. And probably she thought she was going to be fired for sure, because her mother was in Katrina in 2005, and she didn't get evacuated from New Orleans. And so when Good Morning America went down there, they said, go check on your mom. So she did, and her mother gave her great inspiration and said, we're okay. You just do the show. So she did, and she wept online. In the front of the world. Thousands and millions of people. And she thought, I'm fired. Nobody weeps online. But they were shocked that people had compassion and said, you did the right thing. And it made her even more famous and more endearing and more revealing. So, the little book has a couple, at the front of every little chapter or so, it says, joy is the holy fire that keeps our purpose warm and our intelligence aglow. And that was Helen Keller who said that. Out of the dark. Happiness and joy versus joy. Joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. That was Henry J. M. Neumann. That's true. That's why we're a brave entity as KRAZ-TV, because, like I said, joy is the mission of Small Voice for Joy. Her mother finally passed away, but she really misses her, and I can see that. Envision your victory. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to our better selves, a call to become something more. And that's Rosabeth Moss Cantner. So she's learned to approach. This here, she's talking about her fight with cancer, and she says life was, and where will that path lead us? It says there's a compelling reason to stay on the positive path, and where might that path lead? TBA, to be announced. Life will surely surprise us. Give thanks for the glass. Enjoy the little things, because one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. And that's by Robert Brault. The book, My Story, My Song, was Mama's love letter to the world. Her warmth and wisdom memorialized. On the evening she was finishing her book, as she insisted on thank you after thank you, Mom's point was that we can't overdo it. She had a great little story about Carlos, and I guess her brother. Ed Twining, a dad of three and a husband to Christy, former transplant nurse. When Adams read that a fellow parent at his daughter's school needed to help, he texted the couple and offered his kidney. I was really overwhelmed that a complete stranger was willing to make this sacrifice, recalled Carlos, squelching tears. Soon after the Callaways received that life-changing news, Carlos and Adam connected in person. The amazing thing about kidney donations is that you just need to be a human to donate to another human. Doesn't matter your race, religion, ethnicity, as long as you're medically compatible with the same blood type, it's a green light to go. So they went and laid in surgery together, I guess. And says, I still tear up when I think about Carlos' first question when he came out of anesthesia. He said, how's Adam? So, and he asked him why he did it, and he said, because you're my brother. Positive on purpose. We just can't hope for a brighter day. We have to work for a brighter day. Dolly Parton. Another great American. Dream big, focus small. The trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down on the field and never score. Bill Copeland. So, when fear knocks, let faith enter. Your tribe determines your vibe. Get ready for your suddenly. Lighter by the day, brighter by the day. So I just want to thank Robin for make your mess your message. When we work to create light for others, we naturally light our own way. Mary Ann Radmacher. Well, it's just such a sweet book. The whole Roz Savage knows what it feels like to wade into the unknown. The holder of multiple Guinness World Records, she was the first and only woman to row solo across the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. She's been about living a limit-free life, in her case by braving treacherous waters. When I was preparing for this, she writes of her Atlantic voyage, every time somebody asked me why I was doing it, I said I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And getting outside my comfort zone is by definition going to be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable doesn't mean I'm failing, it means I'm succeeding. How true. So, they won, and says they, in 2012, got super focused on chipping away at the Today's lead. And so it says, I want you to be the first to know we're now number one. So they finally became the number one morning show in America. It says, having a blessed day. In my dressing room, I end the morning message and prayer by saying, have a blessed day and be a blessing. Michelle Burford has been a blessing helping me write this book. She's a talented, collaborative writer, passionate about her work as well as passionate about her work as well as being compassionate, guiding me to be open and sharing even more. I look forward to our weekly calls chatting about faith, family, and a friend. And her last words is, it's the one we're living for. Our final hour isn't off in the distance. It's the one we're living right now, here and now. Let's fill it with all the joy we can. Thanks for watching, and get the book. It's at our library, can be at yours. Robin Roberts with Michelle Burford. Brighter by the day, waking up to new hopes and dreams. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.